Last story of the day, ladies and gentlemen. We'll do something non politics. Something else actually happened today that wasn't political. By the way, Notre Dame got blown out in the national title game for football. Still love you, Notre Dame. Still love Marcus Freeman. Great coach. Good effort. I mean, Ohio State spent $20 million to get their team together. So that's what NIL will do. Moving on. Baseball Hall of Fame was announced today. Final ballot. Ichiro Suzuki, CC Sabathia, and Bill Wagner. Carlos Beltran, you need to get like, I think it's 80% or something like that in order to get in the Hall of Fame. You need 75% of the votes. And so Carlos Beltran barely made it. He was a heck of a player. Andrew Jones, I don't know why he keeps getting no love. Manny Ramirez, I don't think he'll ever get there. Andy Pettitte, I don't understand how CC Sabathia can get into the Hall of Fame. Now, these are players that I actually watch. I haven't watched baseball in years, ever since they went super woke. Baseball was probably my favorite sport back in the day. Even all the way back to 2007, 2008. Huge Red Sox fan. So I watched CC Sabathia. I watched Andy Pettitte. I watched Carlos Beltran and Chase Utley. I watched all these guys play, and they're all very good. Now CC, this may be a bit of a grenade, but I'm going to pull the pin and drop it. CC Sabathia is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. He is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. I'm sorry, he's just not. Is he good? Hell yeah. I watched him smoke the Red Sox a lot of times, and I was not very happy when CC Sabathia signed with the Yankees because I was going, man, that's crazy. But yeah, Andy Pettitte was the lefty, and you knew when Andy Pettitte went on the mound, he was gonna give you everything, and he was just gonna it was gonna be a long day. Sabathia, there's two reasons why Sabathia is a first ballot. I'm not saying he's not a Hall of Famer. I thought he would be like maybe a fourth or a fifth ballot, because it's a big deal to be the first. When the first time you're on, you get in on your first ballot. That's a huge deal. Like Ichiro, he absolutely deserves to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Absolutely does. You ever watched Ichiro Suzuki play? It was magnificent. Truly, like one of the best to ever play. CC, I thought he'd be maybe fifth or sixth. Not a first ballot. Not a first ballot Hall of Famer at all. And the reason he is, and if you think I'm wrong, absolutely come after me in the comment section. There's two reasons. He's black, and he's a member of the Yankees. I actually think the second one's more important than the first one. The fact that he was a member of the Yankees, because he was good in Cleveland. And sports writers are notoriously liberal. Why do I say that? Because when you go head to head with somebody who is not in the Hall of Fame, that is one Curt Schilling, who, when you match him up, he pretty much beats him in everything except maybe innings pitched, wins, loss. And now CC, the reason that his wins were more is because he was playing for the Yankees. But Schilling's got more championships, more All-Stars, more MVPs in the playoffs. His ERA was better. He has more strikeouts. His strikeout percentage is higher. All these things, there's three areas where CC's better than Curt Schilling. Curt Schilling is still not in the Hall of Fame because Curt Schilling is a Republican. Because Curt Schilling is a Republican. That's why Curt Schilling's not in the Hall of Fame, because he promoted Bush in 2004. If Curt Schilling never said anything, he would probably be in the Hall of Fame by now. But CC Sabathia is in the Hall of Fame because liberal reporters want to pat themselves on the back and say they're not racist, because the race dogs would have gone after the writers for not electing CC Sabathia. And it's not even CC Sabathia's fault. It's not even his fault. Just like Lamar Allen. No, Lamar Jackson, probably the quarterback for the Ravens. He seems like a really good dude and he plays really hard. But you got these race hustlers on ESPN who are pushing narratives, and he's probably like, bro, shut up so I can just play football. Because despite what you think, if you don't listen to ESPN, a lot of these guys who play ball, they just want to play ball. Whether it's basketball or it's football, maybe the NBA. NBA is a little bit more trash. But football, baseball, they just want to play. And so CC Sabathia probably is in, and it's a well-earned accomplishment. I do think he would have been a Hall of Famer eventually, but I think he's in there because he played for the market in the Yankees and he happens to be black. And if the Writers Association, if the writers of the Baseball Hall of Fame or the voters for the Baseball Hall of Fame didn't put him in on the first ballot, they would have gotten attacked. Why did CC Sabathia didn't get into the Hall of Fame? Because of the clear ancient bias of white baseball, right? You can already see, you can imagine the headlines being written as we speak. So they were like, whatever, give it to him. He's in. I personally don't believe that CC Sabathia is a first ballot Hall of Famer. I think he's maybe a second or third ballot. I think Andy Pettitte probably deserves to get in before CC Sabathia does. But that's just me. I haven't watched baseball in a long time. But there are reasons, and of course, everything's political. Everything has to be political now. So it's just whatever it is in that regard. So it's sad. But on the other hand, I mean, these three guys, Billy Wagner, yeah, he absolutely deserves it too. I absolutely think he deserves it. I kind of wish Carlos Beltran or Andrew Jones, or I don't think Manny deserves it. Manny was one of the best. I was a Red Sox fan during Manny's peak, man. And Manny, gifted hitter, absolutely brain dead. Absolutely brain dead watching Manny Ramirez in the outfield. Watching Manny Ramirez in the outfield as a Red Sox fan was probably one of the most painful experiences of my life. Because you're like, this dude's going to crush 35 to 45 home runs every year. He's going to get 100 RBI, but you're going to watch him not be able to pick up the ball. He's going to have a water bottle in his back pocket while he's out in the outfield. He's going to be looking around at a bird flying in the air when a pop-up comes. And I get it. When you're as talented as Manny Ramirez was, you didn't really have to pay attention to stuff because you would just get up to the plate and smoke a ball 500 feet. And people are like, I don't care what you do. Him and Ortiz, great 1-2. Rodriguez, I think it's going to take Rodriguez a while because of his steroid accusations. But I think Rodriguez deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Guy was absolutely talented. Guy was so good, he played at two positions, right? He played at shortstop, and he was able to get to third base. Derek Jeter couldn't do that. Derek Jeter had to play at shortstop, and defensively, he wasn't even that good of a shortstop. People don't want to talk about that. Chase Utley, he was a great player as well. Andrew Jones, man, he's the guy on the list that I don't think is going to get in, but he should. He should. He really should. There were a lot of fly balls a lot of hits that should have gone down, a lot of RBIs that he stole. But that's you upset about Derek? Oh, I think I made Lou upset about Derek Jeter. Yeah, sorry. I'm a Red Sox fan. I don't like Jeter. He's a heck of a player, Mr. October. Great. He made his name in the playoffs, but statistically, he wasn't that good of a shortstop. Rodriguez was a better shortstop, but he couldn't supplant him because Jeter got there first. That's my opinion. Let me know in the comment section down below if you agree or not agree. But yeah, it's sad that politics have, never always been there. But the the Hall of Fame voters for baseball are notoriously liberal. And I'll end on this because I've gone way over tonight, and that's fine. Thank you for hanging out with me. And I really do appreciate everybody on Rumble and on Twitter and on YouTube sticking with me throughout the technical problems I had. So I greatly appreciate all y'all. Clemens and Bonds deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, and so does Sosa. And so does Mark McGwire, for that matter. If they come up on the ballot, I think they should, because baseball was dead. Baseball turned the other way and everybody knew, and they allowed these men to use performance enhancers. And by the way, There are men in the Hall of Fame that use methamphetamines when they were playing back-to-backs and double headers. This idea that they're going to get, they're going to have this moral high ground. And I don't even like Bonds. And I don't like Clemens because he left and he went to the Yankees. You're going to get this moral high ground with Clemens and Bonds and McGwire and Sosa when McGwire and Sosa saved the game of baseball because it was not coming back after the strike. They brought people back. They should be in there just for that. Baseball looked the other way. They said, do what you need to do. Yeah, we're almost done. They did what they need. They did what they did. Baseball turned the other way, and they shouldn't be punished for it. They should.